And good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to day 4 of the Case Western Reserve University Fall Sports Media Days. My name is John Schwartz, Associate Athletic Director and Sports Information Director here at Case Western Reserve University. And welcome back, everybody. Today is going to be our men's soccer team, as we will be joined by head coach Carter Poe, senior forward Selden Magruder, and sophomore midfielder Matt Vatney. We'll be talking a little bit more to them in just a sec. But before we do, want to remind everybody that we are going to be taking some questions from the chat room here. We actually have one up already. Selden, little to say, Will's doubted refers to your mustache. So we'll tackle that one, the important issues here later in the media day. But first, we do want to invite people again to use that chat room function and to ask some questions as we begin day 4 media day. So let's get things going, and we will start with Carter Poe, the new head coach of the Case Western Reserve men's soccer team. And if you can, please just give us an opening statement on the 2020 team and what you were looking forward to seeing this season if it was to be played.
Yeah. As far as the team this year, it's kind of a bummer not having the season. We're super excited. I think we had a really good mix coming into this season of, young, talented guys with a lot of really good experience and a good kind of strong senior class. And I was really excited. I think the group was motivated after last season to, kind of had a chip on our shoulder to prove what we could do this year. So that was the outlook, coming into this year. So.
Selden, I'll ask you the same question. Well, again, we'll tackle the mustache issue here later on. Selden, tell us a little bit about what you thought about this team and what you think it could have done this year.
We were as excited as ever. As soon as the season ended last year, we hit the ground running. Expectations set high. As Coach Carter mentioned, we had a very strong senior class. We had great young talent. Top to bottom, we were looking good. And obviously we were disappointed, but all things aside, it makes sense. But we're still excited moving forward for next season coming up.
Matt, I'll ask you the same question. What were your thoughts coming into the season for the 2020 team?
I thought we were extremely motivated once last season ended. I think all spring, even throughout the warm winter, we were out playing. We were just trying to get better, and we were just looking forward to the season, and we knew we could probably do something special. And it's a bummer not having one, like they said, but we'll just be ready for the next one.
Coach, I'll turn it back to you. What, as of right now, and obviously everything is still somewhat fluid, but as of right now, what's the plan for the fall? What are you looking to have the players do? What are practices going to look like? Tell us a little bit about what you're expecting the fall to look like for the team.
Yeah, we're looking to get into training starting September 7th, so next Monday. The plan is to do kind of a multi-phase approach, and phase 1 will be a lot of conditioning, fitness, and just kind of getting the guys' legs back under them. From there, sort of progressing into some ball work, and then hopefully get back to live stuff in phase 3. So really for me, I think the big picture is to kind of imprint the DNA of how we want to play and our style and culture and all that kind of stuff this fall. So.
Matt, I'll ask you this. Obviously, you had a summer that's pretty unique, and probably were not able to do your typical workouts that you're able to do during the course of a summer. What were you able to do? Did you do anything creative to stay in shape? What did your summer look like in terms of training for 2020, the 2020 season?
A lot of individual stuff for myself, whether that be just running or just getting a ball on a wall and just passing and doing some cone work, stuff like that. Just trying to keep doing stuff, even though, like you said, it wasn't normal. Try to keep it as normal as possible and keep playing soccer, which I really enjoy doing.
Selden, how about you? How did you try to stay in shape over the summer?
So I was here on campus over the summer, and there were a good mix of about 6 to 8 of us at any time. So we were able to kind of do socially distanced, workouts together, knocking the ball, doing drills and stuff like that. obviously running in groups. And then as a team, a couple times a week, we were able to get together on Zoom and do kind of technical work to try to keep our feet, as in shape as possible.
It's amazing how Zoom accomplishes so much nowadays, and so much can be done, even training now. But Coach, if you can talk to us a little bit about, and I know it's a new team for you, but if you can talk to us a little bit about the two players we have here today, and Selden and Matt, and what they bring to the team, at least from what you've seen, probably only through game film so far. But what do you expect those two to bring to the team?
Yeah. I think, I guess starting with Selden, I'm very, very excited about him. I think, obviously he's a goal scorer. So I think he has the ability to find the back of the net, good size, and especially for a size, really technical and really good first touch and good on the ball. So I think he can score goals, can get involved in the build-up play. I think has just really good potential as a leader as well, and is kind of a bigger personality on the team, which I really like. So definitely super excited for him and excited to have him back in 21. Matt, I think is another guy that I really, really rate. Starting from when we played him last year with Mount when I was there, but just technical, just good on the ball, is athletic, can beat players 1v1, can play outside, can play in central midfield. So just versatile, a lot of quality. So I think both these guys are going to be really great players moving forwards for the program.
Coach, I was going to ask you, you alluded to it a little bit, that you played Case Western Reserve last year, and both of these guys played against you too. I know Selden had a couple shots. Matt was probably, I imagine, too early in the season for a first-year player to be on your scouting report. But do you remember coming in, your thoughts on those guys, or coming out of the game, your thoughts on the two of them?
Yeah. I remember, I think like a game before or something, Selden scored a screamer, I think against Heidelberg. So, we're definitely ready for him and prepared and trying to be watchful, and knew he was going to be a threat and stuff, and confident. I was actually up here at DeSanto in preseason, kind of creeping around and watching these guys as well. So I saw some of the young guys, and I saw Matt and stuff, and knew they'd have some young talent. So yeah, we're definitely all hands on deck for sure. So,
Matt, you came into a really successful program last year as a first-year player and immediately made an impact. Kind of looking at some of the numbers, you played in all 18 games. How are you looking going forward into this year, your sophomore season? How are you looking to improve your game? Where do you think you were going to be able to take some big steps forward?
I think a lot of it was just being more comfortable with my leadership role on the team. I think as an incoming freshman, I wasn't really ready to step into those shoes and maybe just lead the team, or like give my opinion what was, I think, the better option to do. But I think going to this year, I think I was much more comfortable and ready to like take the steps to lead the team and just be better and more involved with everything.
Matt, can you talk about the adjustment a little bit, going from being a high school player to playing it at the collegiate level? I'm sure there's, some potential student athletes out there watching today, and they may, think it's probably easy. And I imagine that's not an easy jumping competition to me.
Yeah, you're right. It's a very different setting. Just being away from your parents and just being away from family, just doing everything on your own. You have to be responsible for yourself, and it's just staying on track of things and just realizing it's still soccer at the end of the day. It's still the same game, and you just have to be comfortable with who you are and how you play.
Selden, I'll turn it to you, and you're part of a pretty successful senior class at Case Western Reserve. The part of the team that made the NCAA tournament a few years back and made the run into the quarterfinals. Talk, if you can, a little bit about that senior class and what kind of a group it is.
Yeah, I mean, they're my best friends here at Case. We've been together since the beginning. First off, it's really hard for me to imagine playing a season without all of them, which is the reality now. But we're really a wide spectrum of guys. I'm a very loud, kind of in your face kind of person. We got Nate, who is, probably one of the all around nicest, best people I've ever met, but he's really quiet. So me and him are probably polar opposites in that sense. And then Connor, great player. Gonna miss having him on the field. And then Andrew, his nickname is Moisty. Great guy all around. And also we got Matt DePep. He brings a little Italian culture into the group here and there. But all around, great group of guys. I love hanging out with them. Thankfully, most of us were here over the summer, so we got to spend a little bit of the time we have left together. It's obviously disappointing, but they're friends that I'm going to know for the rest of my life.
Yeah, that's certainly good to hear. Carter, I'm going to turn it back to you and ask you. You come into a program, and certainly over the summer, but when you were hired, the world was already at a standstill. But I think at that point, every intention of coming back and playing games, and obviously that didn't happen this fall, at least. Give us your perspective being a head coach coming into a new team, maybe some of the challenges that you face, not being able to have a normal season straight out. What does that look like for you right now?
Yeah, it's been really different for sure. Just COVID was kind of full go when I got hired. And so I guess even just trying to meet the guys, there's still players on the team that I haven't met in person, just with the nature of everything going on. So that's been really different. Not being able to kind of get in and have a normal preseason and have team meetings and kind of lay the foundations for what we want to do. And, obviously getting these guys and doing classroom sessions and talking about how we want to play and stuff like that. Everything is different and there's restrictions on what we can do. So it's definitely been challenging, but, I have to try and get creative with things. Zoom has been a really helpful tool. And, but I think nonetheless, I'm just really excited to work with these guys. I think they have super high potential, and, we're doing running and, lifting starting next week. And I couldn't be more pumped to just get on the field. There's not even a ball involved. So I'm just excited. It's challenging, but I'm excited. So.
Want to turn it to the players again here real quick, Coach, and then we'll come back to you for a final word in just a few minutes. But Selden, we'll start with you on this because I know you said you've been on campus, and we've been asking all of our athletes this, that, kind of you give us a picture of what it's been like for you to be on campus under the current circumstances. If you could describe kind of just what the situation is like on a typical day being at Case Western Reserve in the fall of 2020.
So I live off campus, just right across the street, and it's me and 3 other guys, and we pretty much wake up, eat a little bit of breakfast, and then I'm in Zoom classes all day. I don't have any in-person classes; it's all online. But I get through my Zoom classes, and then I'll leave the house to work out at some point. That's for the most part the only time I really go out. Can't really see a lot of people because of what's going on. And then, the only other time I leave is to go get groceries or something like that. But all things considered, I'm stuck in a house with some of my favorite people, and it could be worse.
Matt, can you share your experience? And I'm not sure if you're on campus or off this semester, but share with us, if you don't mind, what your experience has been so far in the fall of 2020.
So our whole sophomore class, which is 5 of us, including me, are living off campus in a little apartment. And I'm pretty much in the same boat as Selden. It's not normal. We don't really leave the house much except to go work out or get groceries. But I'm living with like 4 of my best friends, and we go work out, we go run. We pretty much do everything together. It's just been really fun. Even though I've been here a week, I'm just looking forward to spending like the next couple months here and throughout to the rest of the semester.
Coach, before I come back to you, I will ask Selden the question we've gotten in the chat room so far, and it seems like the answer is going to be yes, but they want to know if you're making a comeback with the mustache for the photos this year, and it certainly seems like you're heading in that direction. So, but if you want to confirm for the audience here, you can do that now, I guess.
I can neither confirm nor deny. It'll be a surprise.
Fair enough. Well, one we'll all be looking forward to here. Coach, I'll give you the final word, and if you can, just give us a final message to the team or to the fans or to alumni regarding this season and the fall.
Yeah, no, we're just, I think, big thing, bottom line for us, we're just super excited. I think, despite what happened, the group is really motivated, really excited to get working out, to get training. And, despite the challenges, at some point we're going to be back on the field, and we want to be ready for it. So we definitely, want to get these guys ready. They're excited. We want to make the alumni proud and continue the tradition here and try and play a brand of soccer that's exciting for the fans. So, we're definitely pumped about it. So, yeah.
Well, Coach, appreciate you joining us. Selden, Matt, same. Really appreciate you taking some time and joining us today and taking part in the conversation. We do want to remind everybody we will wrap up Media Week next week, or pardon me, on tomorrow, with cross country. We'll have a couple representatives from the team, and that will be at 2:30 tomorrow. Again, on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/CWRU Athletics. Also want to encourage you to continue to vote on the CWRU Athlete of the Decade contest. And that continues today with Aaron Hollinger versus a former men's soccer player in Nero that's a tongue twister. Wima Lanessa, who is up in a couple of All-Americans there. So really excited to be continuing with that contest. So again, thank you to everyone for joining us today, and a reminder to join us tomorrow. And once again, thank you to Selden, Matt, and Coach Poe on joining us as well. And we'll see you tomorrow. Take care, everybody.
Thanks, John.